Hi, it's Joe Malinchak, and today we're going to take a look at a model I built a few years back. It is a peanut scale F3P model. This was designed by Devin McGrath, and he graciously sent me a copy of his plan that I shrunk down to peanut scale, 13 inches. I thought it'd be really cool to have a peanut scale version of an F3P model. So here it is, and I've had some requests by a few of people that watch my channel, and they wanted to know a little bit more about this model. There are some videos, you can check out my playlist of actually Devin flying this aircraft and me flying it in my living room. But let's talk a little bit how I built this model. The model is all 0.3 carbon fiber rod. And this one actually was built in the traditional manner. So this was built over a plan, just like you would a balsa and stick model. Of course, some of my other models are molded carbon fiber. You can find out a little bit more about those on some of my other videos. I still need to do a video on how I do the molded carbon fiber. It's on my to-do list, but I haven't done it yet. But this model's pretty amazing. It is, again, fully aerobatic for F3P. What makes this model special is the weight. So this model weighs about 9 grams without the battery. Let me actually show you guys that. I can take the scale out. Let's put this little cup on the scale. And we'll show you the weight of this model. So I zeroed it out. And right now I have a 70 light poly in this right now. So right now this model weighs 11.1 grams with a 70 light poly. It will actually fly with a 50. So a flying weight is between around 10 and a half and 11 grams ready to fly. That's pretty dang good in my opinion. And again, what makes that possible is using the lightest components. So this model uses some servos from Micro Flyer Radio. This is a 400 milligram servo my buddy Nick Leckney makes. They are super lightweight. I have those mounted on the tail. And you can see they work really nice. Let's see if I can do this here with one arm. So there's the elevator and rudder. And then for the aileron, I have it's a 500 milligram servo. And the 500 milligram servo actually extended the arms out just slightly heavier, but it is more powerful. So I have that on the ailerons. Yeah, so I'm getting full F3P throw out of these. The receiver is, again, I bought that from Nick Leckney. That is the one that's in this here is a DT31. Now, the DT receivers are no longer available. The company shut down, but you could still possibly find some floating around. Nick still has a few DT receivers that you can purchase. However, his other receivers are just as capable. I've used his grasshopper receivers and some of the other receivers that he sells with great success. I just happen to have a DT receiver in this aircraft. The power system on this, if you look at some of the older videos, I have to show you this here. So I was using this beautiful counter-rotating drive. This is was made by a guy named Ruslan, I believe in the Czech Republic, and he made these beautiful props. And this motor is just a work of art. It actually had a little brushless motor. I put a 6mm motor on here. It just has a little shaft that goes between these two rings and turns these two propellers. However, I had this on this aircraft, and it just didn't give it enough power. So I pulled it off, and I'm going to use that on another model down the road, which should hopefully be just as amazing as this little F3P model. So I covered the model in Mylar, and I painted the graphics on it before I covered, and I believe I covered the wings and the fuselage, and then painted them on before I assemble them. There's some little pieces of printed foam I used in the front and for the landing gear, and actually that's where I pick it up because the model is quite fragile. I mentioned the power system, so now I have a little 6mm drive on here, and that's a prop out of the from the FPV Vapor I found on eBay, and I actually cut it down a little bit so it performs well with the 6mm motor, and it's flying really well. I flew it in the gym at Neat Fair, and the model really performs well. Here is the bottom of the aircraft, and it does have these huge drag triangles, I guess you would call them here, on the aileron, just to help slow it down. The model is a little bit fragile. You got to be careful picking it up. I assembled the model on the plan with medium CA. I believe I used the Bob Smith Industries CA. And then all the flying wires, the 0.3 bracing wires that are in between, I actually glued those on with my favorite glue, UHU Pour. So here's a little video of it flying outside. Please enjoy the rest of the video, and if you like this kind of stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel. Also built a biplane version of this, a little about, I think it's 9 inches. You can see a video of that model on my channel, also in my playlist. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Okay, here we are with a flight on my Super Micro Anubis. This is flying with a brush motor this time, 6mm brush motor. Got just a slight breeze. But this model just flies really well. You can just fly this thing pretty much anywhere. Yeah, just a great design. I can fly this in my living room. It's really fun to fly indoors. I flew it at the Neat Fair in the gym, and it just did a fantastic job. Yeah, just a little bit of a breeze. It's kind of fighting it. It's so lightweight. Wow, is it fun to fly though. All right, there you have it, my Ultra Super Micro Anubis. Thanks for watching this video. Please like and subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this, and we will see you in the next video.